Today, African politicians, their job is to come up with the next excuses. It's not to come up with a solution, it's excuse. Why this is not working, why this is not. We don't want to know why it's not working. We want to see things working. You understand this? So we have a bunch of politicians, their job is to talk and not really to do. They'll just give you numbers. They are in 2 years from now, this problem will be completely erased. But in 2 years from now, they're leaving the government. The time is over. This is the journey to one Africa. Being a playground, this is SNOA-F. So being a playground for foreign proxy war is our biggest threat, in my opinion. Lack of unity and brotherhood makes it easy for non-Africans to capitalize and have us not progress. All right. That's really good point. Really good point. So basically, proxy wars that are happening in our continent, and this is because everywhere in this continent you go, you'll find they have American base, they have German base, they have Japanese base, they have Chinese base, they have Russian base, they have French base, they have everybody base. Everybody military bases are here in Africa. What does it mean? If every single of your enemy, because I'll tell you the truth, man, Africa does not have friend. I tweeted that before, I'll say it again. Africa never had friend. He's not having friend. Africa will never have a friend. You can't have a friend who stab you at the back every time. Not even at the back. Stab you in front of you. Only that happened in Africa. You know, those kind of enemies that they wait for you to turn around and then they stab you at the back. But in Africa, they don't just stab you at the back. They stab you at the front. And not to stab you at the front while you're looking at them. No, you actually call them and ask them, please stab me here. And then they stab you. That's what Africa does. Because if you go and then you beg for loans and aid, that you're asking them to stab you. You know what loans does to Africa. You know AIDS, what it does to Africa. Africa has remained in the same state for over 60 years right now, plus, and we're still on the same place, and you still go to beg for loans and aids. You want them to stop. And then you come to us, tell us excuses. If you fail to be a leader, just leave. Just leave. Leave. Don't tell me the only way to develop Africa is to get loans and aids. That's why we have a generation of people who always ask for things, always looking for handouts, always looking for aids and loan, always asking for money. I hate this behavior. I went to my hometown just a couple of weeks ago, and then this one guy stopped me. I can look at him. Clearly, he's drunk. Clearly, he has been smoking weed. I could look at him. I would see him. I would tell what is happening with this guy. And this guy, he stopped me. I was driving a car. I'm there with my dad, driving the car. This guy stopped me. He came, and it was been a long time. So I stopped, and then I greet him. Hey, but I can smell the guy. This is morning. The guy has been drinking the whole night long. And this guy is stopping me there. Brother, just give me 1,000. Give you 1,000? Give you 1,000 to go to smoke again, to go to drink again? The day you're going to die because of whatever disease, I will be participating on that death. You're not responsible. This guy is just a young man. He's younger than me. He has energy. He can go to work, finding money for himself, work for his family, provide for everything. But this is kind of generation we have, and these are young people. They give little girls, they pregnant them. They don't take care of the babies. They grow up without fathers. And that's it. So the cycle continues. They go out without father. They don't go to school. They just go to, whatever. They don't go to school. They don't do anything. So what happened to them? We have the same cycle going over and over and over and over again of people who do not go to school, people who always drink, people who they're always high. This guy, man, I was like, man, get out of here, man. I'm trying to close my window. This guy's not leaving. I'm like, I ain't giving you a single penny of money. I'm not giving you. This is kind of generation that we are raising today in Africa. You know why? Who to blame? You can't say we blame them. No, we blame these politicians. Because from the top position level, we always beg for things. We always beg. When are we going to break out of this begging mentality? That's why everywhere we go around the world, they think we're beggars. Just today, I was so pissed off. Just today, somebody reached out to me from certain country. I don't want to mention the country. Not Africa, but outside of Africa. Reaching out to me, want my service, but the way that, I told him exactly the amount that I was like, okay, if you want this service 1 hour, you're going to pay me this amount of money. And it's just normal money. It's not even a lot of money, normal money. But this guy, he has no idea who I am. So this 1 hour, this amount of money. And he told me, he said, oh man, that's not even the whole day. It's just 1 hour. Please, let's do it. And then I told him, I said, when I was in your country for 1 hour, I did twice. And you paid me twice as much as what I'm asking right now. So this is very little. We're not talking about negotiating and love. This is it. You don't want? Go away. This guy, he replied to me. I was saying that in my heart. I did not say that in the text, by the way. So this guy, he replied to me. He replied to me with a very disrespectful writings. Because the mentality that is inside his mind, what he's thinking is that, oh, I'm doing you a favor to give you this task and to give you this money. So the way he replied to me, it's very informal. You know, when you talk to somebody you don't know and you're talking business, you must be respectful. You can't be informal to someone you don't even know and you need his service. So I knew this is how they treat our people, and he's here. And this is how they treat our people here who do not know, who have never been exposed. You work for somebody. You work for, if it's Chinese, if it's Indians, if whatever, you work for them. But when it comes to time to receive money, they give it to you money as if they're giving you a favor. No, you're not giving me a favor. I don't even say thank you when you pay me for the work I've done. I've done my responsibility. Why should I thank you for the work that I've done? I gave you my time. I gave you my energy. I gave you my mind. I gave you everything. And you pay me for what I've done. It's not a favor. I ain't going to say thank you for paying me what I owe you. What is my right? It's rightful mine. It's mine for you to give it to me. I don't need to say thank you. Guys, you do your work. Somebody has paid you for the work you've done. You don't need to say thank you. That's a slave mentality. That's a slave mentality. You receive a salary. You receive a payment of the work you've done. Thank you so much. Oh, you have no idea how much this means. No, no, no. He should say thank you to you for the work that you've done. Because I'm telling you, if somebody pays you $100, that's because you made pretty much $100,000 for him. And that's what happens. So we need to change this mentality. So what I say, I texted him right away, because at that time when I saw that, how he responded, I wanted to say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And even though he agreed to pay me that amount of money that I saved, I want to say that because I hate when somebody disrespects me. You don't know me and you're disrespecting me because you think I'm African. Because I know these people. I know how they think. They think they're doing me a favor. Oh, man. I told him right away on the spot. I told him, why are you speaking informal to me? And in this kind of culture, in this culture I'm talking about with this guy I'm talking about, if he's older than you, you cannot ask questions. You cannot speak like that to them. I was not supposed to do that, but I had to show him. Say, why are you speaking informal to me? And he acted like he didn't. He was like, oh, what are you talking about? I know you understand what I'm saying because I'm speaking your language. I'm not speaking another language. I was like, here is where you spoke informal to me. He had to apologize for what he said. And then I told him, tomorrow I'm going to come at that time before you give me half. And after I finish my work, you give me half. I don't trust you. That's what I say. Because I had experience with the same people. 3 months working, do your work and everything, and not being paid even a single money. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned last year, that somebody can just use you like that. And you don't care don't care anything about you. So if we cannot set our standards, if we cannot be excellent at what we do, we are always going to be violated. We are always going to be looked down upon. We are always going to be mistreated because we're not excellent at what we do. When you give me a job to do, I do it very well. so that you're gonna find me even 10 years later. You will never forget that I met this guy. He did his work so very well, and I couldn't find anyone like him. I must find him again to do this work. I'm not saying things that I think about. I'm saying things that happen to me. Happen to me. When you give me a chance, when I work with you, I do my good job. I do my excellent. I leave a mark there so that when I leave, because I'm not going to work for you forever, when I leave, you're going to remember me. And you're going to go that there was this guy, Mika, he did this and this. I need that guy again. And when you find me, I'll be all the way up there. Because you can move on from me, but you're going to meet other people that they're going to disappoint you, and you will remember me. You come back to me. So I'm sharing with you. That's very strategic. Even us calling this year the year of excellence is very strategic, because we want our people to be excellent at what they do. If you're employed, you're doing a work, whatever, you have a boss, whatever, you have to do it excellently, so that even when it comes the time to renegotiate the salary you receive, it gets a time that you want to leave, to move on to another place. These people, they're going to sit with you down and ask you, why do you want to leave? And your answer will be that you guys are not paying good enough. I found a better job that they will pay me good. And they'll be like, okay, tell us how much you want to be paid. And you're going to name something higher than what they were paying you. And they're going to agree to pay you because they've never met somebody who works good like you. And they will never meet someone who works good like you. You're good at what you do. You're excellent. You put excellent in whatever you do. You'll be attractive. Only excellent people, they're attractive in this world. If we're just a mediocre people, if you are a politician, leaders, working in the government, you're mediocre on what you do, you're not attractive. You're going to steal the votes of the people because they ain't going to vote for you. They're going to boo you, not cheer for you. You're not a hero. You're a thief. That's what my African daddy says. Most of politicians in Africa are thieves. What do you expect? You put on politicians and the government. What do you expect? Like you see what politicians does before the election, and you're wondering, are you really doing this good just to be elected again? Why don't you just do good for the people? You are elected, you're not elected, that doesn't matter. But you did your part. That's our forefathers in Africa. Nyerere, when he left the government here in Tanzania, they were asking him to remain. He said, no, I cannot stay no more. Somebody else needs to take over the government. The country needed him, wanted him to be the president for life. They wanted him to be here. Majority of people, they wanted him to stay there. He left himself. He said, no. Somebody else should take the lead. Mandela, he left. Great leaders, they don't stay long. They don't live long. Great leaders, when they die, the name are never erased. The name are remembered forever because their legacy, they're still on. Maurice Monroe said this, that the great leaders, they live when they die. And their action and their deed speak louder after their death, even compared to when they were alive. Great leaders. I'm telling you guys, if there's any leader you know, I mean, just think about it. Any leader you know that their legacy lives on forever, their names are being spoken louder right now after their death than when they were alive, type their names in the comment section and put them RIP somebody in the comment section right now. I'm not saying, I'm just going to read what you're saying here. You'll see. The great leaders are this. You'll see them. They're there. I'm not saying great leaders that ever happened to Africa. They died, but their legacy still live on. Their action, they follow them. What they have done when they were alive is not even, I mean, what they done when they were alive, like there's more impact right now after their death, even before when they were alive. Tell me. Type in the comment section right there. I love your petition. I appreciate please sign the petition One Africa right now. The petition, it is in the comment section of our video description here on YouTube channel. If you go to this description, you'll find the petition called One Africa right now. Sign that petition, is very important. If you go to here on TikTok, on the bio, if you click the link, you'll find the petition. On Instagram, those who are watching on Instagram, that link on the bio, if you click it, that link tree, Mika, whatever, if you click that, you'll see sign the petition link right there. Please sign the petition One Africa right now. Let's see. Those are great leaders. Africa, it is the time to put on excellence. I'm telling you, if you're excellent at what you do, you're not even going to need to work for someone. Do you know why a lot of people, they would rather continue to work for someone like slave, not go on and pursue their goals, pursue their vision, pursue their dream? You know why? Because a lot of us are lazy. We don't want to put on the excellence. We don't want to put on the effort. So we'd rather work with someone, or we'd rather go and just continue to work for someone, something that has already been established there, rather than just yourself start something by yourself and achieve something at the end of the day. Because all of us, every single human being, when God created them from the Genesis chapter 1:26, he said that he created the man in his own image so that they can be a dominator, so that they may take over dominion of the birds on the skies, fishes on the seas, and everything that goes around the ground, everything, so that they can rule over those stuff. That means every single human being you see, you have a leadership in you. It's a spiritual, it's physical. You have that in you. It's given. You have that in you. So if you fit into that, you're going to progress. If you don't fit into that, and you might be a secretary right now in the office, but your seat is the boss's seat right there. But you're sitting as a secretary for many years. You're sitting as a manager for many years. You're sitting as an assistant for many years, but your seat is boss's seat right there. You are supposed to have people who are working with you and for you. But you have been working for many years for somebody else, simply because if we raise our standards, if we bring this excellence in everything we do, I'm telling you guys, you're not going to need to work for someone, because you're going to do your things and they're going to go high. You're going to attract people. Remember what I tell you. Somebody write that in the comment section. Excellence attracts people. Excellence attracts development. Excellence attracts success. Excellence does that. You might not be a good looking guy or lady. You might not be that. But your work, if it's a good looking work, is going to attract people. Your job, if it's the good looking job as a politician, you're going to attract people and they will vote for you another time. And when you leave, you finish your time, people, they will still want you to be there. If your work is attractive. If your work is attractive. If your work is attractive. Don't tell me who you are. Show me what you've done. Show me the fruits of your work. Even the scripture says that every tree that shall not bear fruit, Jesus says, I'll cut them down. Even God, he's looking for fruits from you, because he has created you and placed you here on earth to produce, to multiply, to do something, to bring about fruits into this world. But you're not bringing fruits. Fruits is a blessing. You're bringing curse instead of blessing. He's going to cut you off. That's God himself. So every single tree that does not bear fruit, I'll cut them out. Some of our people are being kicked out, fired from work, because they don't bear fruits, because there's no excellence. I'm saying this, man, because our color, this color, is being underrated in the national stages. Nobody, man. I was talking to one person today, and I said, everywhere you go, every person you meet, as long as this person does not look like you, black person, this is not victim mentality. I'm telling you the truth that I've observed. If you have seen that, if you have never seen that, you can tell me. Everywhere you go, if you meet someone who has different color from you, African, 99.99999 believes that are superior to you. They might not say it, but it's somewhere there inside. And sometimes it shows in some ways, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, but it's there. It's somewhere there in subconscious. You know, for those good people, it's somewhere there down in subconscious. It's kind of like submarine. It's very difficult to see it. Subconscious there. So the only thing, man, I went to some places, I met some people, and the only thing that brought me there is my excellence in the work I do. Not even this, what we're talking about here as well, Nation One Africa. No, just in the work that I do. That's what brought me to some stages. I met Martin Luther King's daughter. Few people they were chosen, and I was one of them just because of the excellence in what I was doing. Few people they were chosen, very few people. But because the gift I have, because I was bearing fruits with the gift I have. So I went to this meeting, a couple hours sitting there, having breakfast together, talking for a couple hours. I wanted to record, but I was not allowed to record because I wanted to come to share with you guys. It's not allowed. Hearing the stray stories that how was MLK? How was your daddy back then? What do you like? What was happening? This is hearing that from the first-hand information from his last daughter. Hearing from Dr. Bernice King. Dr. Bernice King had picture with her. Had couple hours talk. I did not go there because I was mediocre. No, because I was excellent at what I do. We gotta be excellent at what we do. We have to be excellent.